This is Sarah Squires bringing you behind the headlines in today's edition of WyoToday Newsroom. Today, I am joined in the studio by WyoToday Radio Advertising Director Kelly Davis and marketing consultants Marshall Whitaker and Suzi Bond. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Now, before we get started, I just want to say this really is my favorite time of year. You know, it's like we're just kind of on the beginning of the Christmas season, and it's like every night when that new string of holiday lights lights up in your neighborhood, it's just something special, and we're all kind of getting excited. But the more I realize it, the more I realize we're getting pretty close to Christmas. There's a lot to do. But we have one really singular mission here today that we want to talk about, and that is our Stuff the Bus program. Kelly, can you kind of roll out what Stuff the Bus is all about?
So Stuff the Bus was created over 15 years ago by the radio network, and it is to bring children toys under Christmas, under the tree, so that kids have something to unwrap. I know firsthand as a child who almost didn't have a Christmas if it wasn't for a program like this, that it means so much to kids. They will remember it forever. So we are grateful for the community we live in and be able to do this so long.
Yeah. So essentially, this is the kind of a period of time where WyoToday really kind of rallies the troops in our community, that spirit of generosity, asking folks to donate new unwrapped gifts for children up to age, is it 17, Kelly?
Yeah, and sometimes we have some 18-year-olds who are still in school, so high school level.
Yeah. So we ask for those donations, and then we've got a bunch of partners who help us fulfill this mission to get those gifts to families in need in Fremont County here. So, every donation, really helps make Christmas a special memory for families in need here in Fremont County. So we've got a number of different ways that folks can make those donations. We really kind of try to make a splash, remind people, now is the time to give. Marshall, can you tell us about some of the upcoming opportunities that we have to really make a difference in these families' lives?
Yeah, absolutely. In the coming weeks, we've got multiple events that'll be taking place. We will have an event at Riverton Ace Hardware that is coming up this Friday. And then next week, we will be at Fast Lane over in Shoshone on Friday the 12th. There will be an event later in that day at Rocky Mountain Discount Sports here in Riverton. On Saturday, December 13th, there will be an event over at Strokers USA in Lander. And then there will be a long 4-hour adventure at Sutherland's here in Riverton on December the 13th as well. That's going to be the best one because that's the one I'm doing. And so we want everyone to come out and be a part, see me. My son's actually going to be helping me with that one, so you'll get to meet junior cameraman Declan that got promoted to cameraman Declan during the football season. So anybody that wants to get a chance to talk with him, this is the event to come to.
Really a talented young man, and your list of local celebrities. So these are events where we're really kind of making that final push, getting folks to help us stuff the bus. Why do we call it Stuff the Bus, Kelly? Tell us about one of our big partners in this effort.
So from the very beginning, we've had WRTA as a huge partner, and our goal is to physically stuff the buses from WRTA full of toys. Now, Fastlane is one of our big partners, and they gather a bunch of vendors. Suzi will highlight that, but last year they physically took that to heart and stuffed that bus full. It was very hard to get an event that was already going on to stuff the bus with more toys, and it was a huge success. We were able to have stocking stuffers, and WRTA is a great sponsor. They help us. They come down. The bus drivers who are there, they're so fun to be with. They really enjoy being able to do this.
Yeah, we have many, many people to thank for our Stuff the Bus successes in the past and what we're hoping for a very wonderful turnout this year as well. One of those partners is our local volunteer fire department. I mean, they really step up and to the plate to really help us get these presents to the families that need them. And it is, a ton of work. It's a lot of toys, it's a lot of presents, and there's a lot of sorting that goes on. And we've got a whole list of families in need who've signed up for this program. I want to mention, if you might be someone who's thinking, I'm not sure what I'm going to be able to have under the tree this year for my kids, you can just reach out to us here at WyoToday Media. We're located at 421 East Main Street here in Riverton, and we ask that you come on down to the office and sign up in person. If you have any questions, you can give us a call at 856-2244, and that sign-up period is open through December 12th. So it's coming up here, folks. Make sure that you get yourself signed up, because this is a way to kind of ease those concerns about Christmas and just make sure that all of your kids have something special, to help make those Christmas memories here this year. Now, we have so many sponsors as well to really thank. And Suzi, I know you've got, a really special one that you wanted to mention, the way that they've really helped us kind of get past that finish line and make sure that we are reaching out to everybody really who needs it this Christmas season. Tell us about that.
Absolutely. So the Fastlane family really, really goes above and beyond for Stuff the Bus. Their team is so passionate about it. And they reach out to their vendors. And, they have a list of over 22 vendors. And I would really love to mention them, because some of these guys aren't even from Fremont County, and they still donate for our kids. So we've got B&B Distributing, Fremont Beverage, Brad Hall and Associates, Reese Distributing, Mr. and Mrs. Richardson, Genuine Meats, Shoshone Distributing, Patrick Edwards, Cisco, JP Enterprises, Kurt Paxton, Amacon Distributing, Brandon, John Fender and Crystal, Johnny Gabriel, Laura Templin, Fike Counseling, all the customers' donations, and all the raffle tickets purchased. And speaking of the raffle, they even do a raffle in their store for their customers. And so it's $5 donation, and that puts you in a raffle to win a really cool prize. So stop on down there and join in and just give to Fremont County. But I really I'm impressed with the work they put into it.
Yeah. Any other shout outs we should be giving here, Kelly, while we're at it?
So before we get to the vendors and the sponsors who have been huge, tremendous help, I do want to give a shout out to Alexa Newland. She has been volunteering. She doesn't have to do this. She works in the school, and she's our ringleader when it comes to sorting and putting the presents together and bagging them up and getting the firefighters. She's basically our Christmas commander-in-chief, who just kind of delegates everything and puts in a lot of hard work into that. She also is getting names from schools who may need some extra help this Christmas and calls them and gets everything. So she kind of does a lot from behind the scenes. She's been doing it for over 10 years with us. So I want to give a huge shout out to her. She's a fantastic woman. She gives so much back. She even gets her family involved. So thank you for that, Alexa. Another couple of our vendors is Strokers USA LLC in Lander. They donate a bike to almost every age, and I'm talking boy-girl bike. So every age for a boy-girl. They did it last year, and I saw them shopping at Walmart, and they did it again.
Wow.
So we will be having bicycles. What kid doesn't love a bicycle under the tree?
Yeah.
I mean, I would love electric scooter under the tree. Just saying, Santa. Another shout out is First Interstate Bank this year. We teamed up with them for the first time and went shopping. We spent over $1,000 at Walmart shopping for toys. It was fantastic. It was 2 full carts. The ladies there were so excited. It was like Christmas and candy store for adults. And they imagined kids playing with them. They even put the batteries on the boxes as well, so they're taped there. So huge shout out to the First Interstate family. And all these locations have boxes where you can donate toys, as well as a WyoToday. So remember, it's about a $10 to $25 toy, brand new, unwrapped, so that, and then we'll go collect them next week and get them to the fire station as we start the sorting process. This year is going to be a little different. I may be able to do a live Facebook and show you all behind the scenes so you can kind of see how much work he's put into this. And so a couple of our other vendors, Liquid Courage hopped in this year as well in Lander. We did a taste testing and was able to get some community members there. I know Liquid Courage is huge for the kids. They donate a ton of stuff just for the kids and around the community. Riverton Ace Hardware is been there from the very beginning. Sean and his team down there, they bake cookies and cider and hot chocolate, and they donate toys. He has the 2 buckets up in the store as well. Let's see. Rocky Mountain Discount Sports. It's really fun to go there. They do have toys. They have stuff for all ages. It's great. Richard and the team down there with Nate, they love when we come in and get to see it. We bring the bus and everything as well. And
Kelly is their official buyer for Yeti products because she can't walk in the store without walking out with one.
I spend a lot of money in that store, or my husband does. Let's see, Sutherland's Marshall hit up on.
One thing about Sutherland's this year is we are doing our event the same day that they are doing their meeting with Santa with the CMA, Christian Motorcyclists Association. So bring your kids out for that as well. Meet Santa and have an eye. They really do a great job on site with us with Stuff the Bus, CMA with their Santa setup. Get pictures. It's going to be a really fun and exciting time. And so Sutherland's is a really good partner for the community and for the kids here this time of year especially.
And Sarah, I want to say thank you to those who showed up to our Murdoch's last Friday on Black Friday. We had quite a bit of donations. I love that the older community comes in and they've been saving these toys and see them randomly throughout the year, and they will drive up and be like, I got toys and these little old ladies. It's so fun to see, and they were so excited. We did have a business donate some electronics and blankets that are tie-dyed as well, so we're super excited. I love the community and it comes together, and this is one that is huge. Last night we did a live Facebook where Fremont Ford is stuff in the truck, and those toys are going to be in the bus here after Saturday. So, and our goal is to have that truck bed completely overflowing. So Fremont County, get out there and donate. We want to see that truck overflowing.
Yeah. So there are a number of ways you can donate. So there are boxes around town. So if you can't, attend one of these events in person, the vendors that we've mentioned here, you can make donations there when they're open. And I just wanted to go over one more time some of our live events, like kind of our big effort in drumming up some excitement and energy to get these donations past that finish line. We've got one coming up on Friday, December 5th from 2 to 4 p.m. at Riverton's Ace Hardware. The following Friday, December 12th, we've got kind of a double header here. We're at Fast Lane in Shoshone from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then we're from 3 to 5, we'll be at Rocky Mountain Discount Sports. Then the following day, December 13th, on Saturday, we'll be at Strokers USA from 11 to 1. And then later, also kind of concurrent with that, from 10 to 2, we're also at Sutherland's. So you can be part of the magic and kind of help us get past that finish line and make sure that, these families who are struggling financially this year, that those kids really still have a special Christmas. And, on that note, I wanted to ask you guys, if you have maybe a special Christmas memory or family tradition or something you try to keep in mind, as we enter into this special holiday. Marshall, what about you?
So, for me, Christmas has always been fun and unique. I come from a divided family, and so Christmas holiday is one of those things where, I spent part of the time with my mother and part of the time with my father. And we built some really, really fun memories growing up. But once I became a father myself, then it took on a whole nother dynamic. And, a couple of years ago, Santa brought my oldest daughter a vanity, nice wood vanity with lights. And for anybody who's ever met me, I am not handy. Santa did not assemble the vanity. And so there I was in the wee hours of the morning, working on putting that vanity together and realized Santa does this to me every year. Every year there's something that I'm putting together in the wee hours of the morning, and there's a lot of fun that's involved in that, and I think back to some of the things I got that my parents had to put together for me when I was growing up, and sometimes that's just kind of the fun part of being the parent of children at Christmas time is partnering with Santa to put those things together. Mm-hmm. And watch the joy and excitement and fun that the kids experience that next day as they see what has been brought together. And so for me, that's really, really what I think about come Christmas and what I think about when it comes to our family.
Yeah, I feel you on that vanity. Last Christmas I put one together as well. I helped somebody out, and I believe we read the instructions and it said, it might take you 3 hours. And we said, ha ha ha, those people must have been dumb. It took us 4 hours. It was terrible. But a lot of these gifts, whether there's assembly required or not, people will be incredibly grateful to receive them, to partner with Santa, as these parents really long to do. If they're having kind of a stressful Christmas season, we can help them out with that. Kelly, do you have any fond Christmas memories or kind of traditions that you wanted to share?
So I started, as I became a mom, a tradition. We make cinnamon rolls every Christmas morning. The boys aren't allowed to touch the presents, even to this age, until I'm awake and have a first cup of coffee.
There you go.
I believe that.
Another tradition is we always put up our Christmas decorations either on Thanksgiving or the day after, and this year is no different. My house is fully decked out inside and outside, so come drive around. Make sure you roll the window down because I have a singing snowball. And then sometime in December, probably about a week or 4 to 5 days before Christmas, we take the boys, no matter the age, reluctantly, by the way, around and go look at Christmas lights. I love Christmas lights and the decorations, and if you know me, I am a snow person. So the more snow, the better. AKA, I was super happy it was snowing last night. But we just drive around, and that's something that I did as a kid. Even as an adult, I still continue the tradition. And we definitely, the Christmas lights and the music and, Hallmark movies, my niece and I binge watch Hallmark movies. I know, everyone rolls their eyes. It's so much that I bought Hallmark this year. But that's our tradition. My son comes home from college and Toby wakes up, and now as they get older, it's a little different, but I still make them do it reluctantly. Also, the Christmas tree and the lights come down the day after Christmas. Like, it's done. When it's done, it's done.
Okay. I feel you. Yeah, I think the thing that's so comforting about those Hallmark movies is we know there is a happy Christmas ending.
Right.
And that is our mission here with Stuff the Bus. We want to make happy Christmas memories, happy endings for families who are in need this year. Susie, tell us about your favorite little Christmas moment or memory or tradition or something that you kind of, think about when you think Christmas. This is what Christmas is about.
Family, my husband and I were empty nesters now. So when any of the kids can come home during the holidays, it hits different, and I like Christmas movies too, but I'm more of a Buddy the Elf girl. And I'm always about the food, like the fudge and the cookies and things like that. And I like also to go look at the Christmas lights and the Christmas music and the decorating.
Yeah.
She decorated her husband's deer.
Yeah.
Crown.
Yeah, my husband has a deer head, and he lives in our house too, I guess. So I let him hang it in the front room. But at Christmas, he gets a Rudolph nose and a crown and a sachet.
Aw.
I made it a girl.
Well, we all have kind of that little part of our, kind of family routine that makes Christmas special that we pick up along the way, and it stays with us. I wanted to mention one of my favorite Christmas memories. I was a little kid. I honestly don't remember how old I was, but I'll tell you this. I remember distinctly that I had been trying really hard to figure out how to blow a bubble gum bubble, and I just figured it out. So whatever age that is, I don't know, maybe I was a late bubble bloomer, but I remember that year, my family was not wealthy and something had happened and we really didn't have any money. If the car broke down or something, and I could tell that my parents were really stressed out about, having Christmas. And I mean, I think that's the thing I just want to sort of drive home too, is that, kids know about this. Even if if their parents aren't talking to them about it, there's a level of stress out there when you're feeling those financial hardships during the Christmas season, and you know that you want to make this special for your kids. You don't want them to suffer. Kids pick up on that stress. So anyway, I'm trying to blow my bubble, and I remember I was like coming home from school, and I was walking up the back stairway, and I finally blew a bubble, and it was like this magic thing, and I turned around and I was like, look at this. And here comes my mom with a Christmas tree. And this was, I'm not kidding, this was the day before Christmas Eve. This was December 23rd. We didn't think that we could afford a tree that year. And she said, Grandma and Grandpa helped us out. The check arrived in the mail, and we're going to be able to have Christmas this year. And she was so relieved, and I felt that sense of relief. And it was just, my stress fell away. It was such a beautiful moment. And I think that's what we're trying to do for families here with Stuff the Bus. We want to lift that stress off their shoulders. We want to make sure kids have something to celebrate, that they're not stressing out with their moms and dads about what's going on with the checkbook here. And you have the opportunity to create that sense of relief, gratitude, and just that special moment to make memories for families this year. And you do that by helping us stuff the bus. So join us in that mission. There are all kinds of opportunities to donate. If you are maybe like Susie, you're an empty nester, maybe you don't have, little ones in the family right now, you still get to go check out all the toys. It's your opportunity to get back in that present game and really, kind of enjoy that special Christmas giving for the littlest ones in our community, because that's kind of, I think, a really fun part of Christmas that we all can partake of, regardless of whether we've got little ones in the family or not.
So, Sarah, on your story, I had mentioned earlier that a program like Stuff the Bus have saved our Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
One year, I was in Chadron. My mom was in college, and I knew we were not having a Christmas. We woke up Christmas morning, and there was presents on our door from Chadron State College with food and presents. And, I mean, it was probably one of the most relief I've ever felt, even as I was 8, I think, or 7.
Yeah.
And so for me to be able to see that, and then now I get to be able to give back, it's like a full circle. I know a lot of the kids who when we started this program about 15 plus years ago, the kids who got them presents now have children themselves, and it's a continue thing. Our owner, Jerry Edwards, also does this down in Seneca, and he loves it so much that he just sees generation after generation after generation. And that was the goal with this, is that we continue to be able to give back generations. And the kids who received presents from Stuff the Bus, now some are adults and can give back and remember that. So it's a huge come around circle, and I'm really thankful for our community that we live in and able to do this and give back to the kids. It's huge. It's one of the biggest events of the year for us, and we're trying to make it bigger this year. So please, if you can donate, I know the union from the post office writes a check and helps with that as well. We do take cash or checks. That also gives us a chance to, if we don't have a present for a certain age, we can go shopping and get them a present of that age.
Yeah, that's an important part, I think, of this program too. So if you can afford to make a financial donation, that helps us sort of fill in the gaps here. So sometimes we've got maybe an age range, or we didn't get a whole lot of gifts that might be fitting for those ages, and we're able to go out and kind of custom match, what we need to make sure all of the families here in Fremont County have something special for their kids. Now, before we go here, I just, I know we've really been encouraging everyone to kind of really foster that spirit of giving here during this Christmas season and help us stuff the bus. But I just want to give everybody one more little elevator pitch. What's one good reason to stuff that bus? Marshall, you're up.
Stuffing the bus is one way you can make a difference in a child's life this season that they will remember forever.
Absolutely. Kelly.
How do you follow that up?
I don't know. Stuff the Bus is a way to give back to your community, even from volunteering to a donation of toy or even $5 in cash, and it brings the community together. And you can feel warm that you were able to give back in a way that maybe you can't do a whole lot, but this little bit does help.
Absolutely.
Now, how do you feel?
Oh, geez. Well, Christmas is all about children. And so if you can make a little kid smile Christmas morning, why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Yeah. I think regardless of where you're at here, if you've got a little bit of room to give, you never know how much that's going to mean to a family, to a child in our community. And we have it within us, I think, to give back a little bit, to dream up something we can do to help out. Are we looking for volunteers too, Kelly?
So we do have some volunteers. We are always looking for more. It's kind of, I haven't quite figured out the details of that, but if you do have questions of volunteer, you can get a hold of me or call the office here. I do have to say that the 13th, we're going to have the entire United States Marine Corps of Wyoming recruiters here helping us volunteering at both locations. We're going to have the Marine truck, maybe come down and challenge a Marine on how many pull-ups you can do. Just saying. 13 is the most I've seen.
Wow.
By a non-Marine, by the way.
My goodness.
So any volunteers, any way that you can give back, you can call me and ask questions. Even if you want to put a tote or have toys that you've gathered at your business or even at your home, we can also come pick them up.
Yes, absolutely. So, one thing I think too is being donating to help families in need, and go out there and thoughtfully make these purchases, make these donations. It's a way to teach your own children about, that spirit of generosity, and really what the Christmas season is all about here too. So keep that in mind. Get your kids in the mix. Plus, they probably have some really great ideas about what other kids want for Christmas. So, hey, ask the experts, right? Also, if you are concerned about your own family's Christmas, if you're in a tight financial spot, we've got your back here. Stuff the Bus, that's what we're here for, to help you out. So you can sign up here at 421 East Main Street in Riverton at our WyoToday media office. And if you've got questions about how to donate, about how to sign up, about any other thing under the sun when it comes to Stuff the Bus, give us a call. That number is 856-2244. I wanted to thank you guys so much for joining me today and for all of the hard work that you guys have put into making Stuff the Bus more incredible.